जयधारी माँ। हर जीवन अनेक प्रकार के रंगों से भरा हुआ है। बातचीत वही रंग बांटेगी आप सबके साथ। हम सब एक हैं, बस सोच अलग अलग है। बटोर लीजिए उन रंगों को, जो भी आप चाहें इस बातचीत से, और ढाल लीजिए अपनी सोच में। यही मकसद है इस बातचीत का। आइए मिलते हैं अपने प्यारे से मेहमान से। अतिथि देवो भव। जयधारी माँ, जयधारी माँ। आप सबको
वेरी नाइस।
हमारे ऑडियंस का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आइए जुड़िए हमारे साथ। जब मन में, ये मेरा एक विचार है, मेरी एक सोच है, जब सृष्टि का निर्माण हुआ तो हमारे ईश्वर ने, हमारे परमात्मा ने नर और नारी का निर्माण किया। वो दोनों हमारे परमात्मा के अंश हैं, माँ जगत जननी के हैं। नर और नारी, they were both created beautifully with their own uniqueness. एक दूसरे पे आश्रित भी, interdependent, and they were beautifully made. ये भेद और भाव, भेदभाव कब आया, क्यों आया, कैसे आया, पता नहीं। हमारे जो आज के अतिथि हैं, वो सालों साल से समाज में एक संतुलन के प्रयास में जुटे हुए हैं। संतुलन, वो उस संतुलन की खोज में है। उनके लिए एक ही शब्द समझ आता है, शी इज स्ट्राइविंग टायरलेसली टू फाइंड दैट करेक्ट इक्वालिटी एंड बैलेंस which was naturally given to us. Let's see a video on her and then talk to her. She's very, very rich in her knowledge, in her thoughts, in her work that she's done with her own hands. Let's see a video on her first. जय हरीमा मैम, नमस्ते। मेरी
नमस्ते, नमस्ते। नमस्कार किरण जी। नमस्ते
Namaste,
साना।
Ranjana.
जी
Namaste.
जी
How
जी मैम।
wonderful to see you, your beautiful face close to us now. Not through the
थैंक यू।
television screen. आज television के through नहीं, आज बातचीत।
बिल्कुल, मैं भी तो बहुत इंतज़ार कर रही थी इस बातचीत के लिए। बुलाने के
थैंक
लिए
हाँ,
यू।
धन्यवाद। धन्यवाद।
जी
नहीं,
मैम।
thank you so much. Tell us, where did you get this very beautiful face from?
Oh, I think my mother's gift. A lot of people also say that, you're not graying as yet. And
Yeah,
I think it's all inherited from my mother. She had strong, uh, personality and very strong genes. Yes.
how nice. The mother is coming through you, and it's always a young, pleasant, composed, calm face, and so much emitting so much of light.
Thank you. Thank you for
Very
all. We belong to a mutual admiration club, Kiranji. I say the same. And now I can see generation next, the beautiful generation next. Thank you.
yes, yeah.
जी मैम। मैम आपने इतनी यात्राएं की हैं मैम, हमें बताएं what are the common emotions that you felt when you've traveled all over the world? Common emotions of women and men, common emotions of human beings. And then how have you translated that into your journey and your work, ma'am?
Well, one of the, most important thing about meeting a lot of people, a lot of women from my own village to lots of other villages that I have traveled, and also, of course, globally, that, this whole concern is there in everybody's mind, and also the question that why what happens to women happens, in terms of discrimination, in terms of violence, in terms of all forms of difficulties that women are made to go through. On the other side, they wonder because they are the ones who are homemakers, they are the ones who create a new human being, they are the ones who nurture, care. And as you were remembering Ma in your very first statement, I think they are the ones who put their heart and soul into building the society. They want to do everything best for everyone. They want to make everyone happy in the family when they are part of the family. Then why? So this is not only in India, but globally, everywhere. This question comes to mind. And some of the men, of course, I would say that it's not that all men are violators, all men are abusers, all men are. I don't think I've met lots of uh, people who have been working along with us shoulder to shoulder. They are helping, supporting in many ways. And also, but the ones who are and who really are the ones who create this kind of a problem really are the ones who feel very, very macho, very manly, very, this whole construction of masculinity. So they are in a way also victim of this construction of masculinity. So I feel that so the emotion is always I feel strong. I get the strength from all the women who are questioning and who are coming up and asking these questions. And also, I feel a lot of strength from the men in our society who are willing to understand, support, and come along and walk along with us. So the feeling of strength, the feeling of a very positive, emotions where everybody wants looking for some kind of, who wants any crisis, who wants any violence, who wants any kind of, society where people are not willing to respect each other. People, but it's happening. So everybody is looking for answers, and I think that's something which makes me also a seeker and made me a seeker for 4 decades, over 4 decades that I have been working for, going everywhere. Uh, so that's what it is. If that answers your question.
जी मैम। मैम, उस दिन मेरे मन में एक बात आ रही थी आपके आपके वीडियोस देख के, एंड मैंने ऐसे ही लिखती हूँ, स्क्रिबल करा, मैंने कहा एक प्रोजेक्ट चलाते हैं, घर 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 की कहानी, घर, बस एक घर लिखा, एक वर्ड लिखा घर, और मेरा मन करा कि मैं अलग अलग घर में जाऊं उनकी परमिशन के साथ और बात करूं उनसे कि आप के लिए एक घर की क्या है, और जब आपका बेटा और आपकी बेटी घर से बाहर जाते हैं, आपकी क्या सोच है? मैम, क्योंकि शुरुआत वहां पर होती है। आपकी वाइफ, आपके husband, भाई बहन, ननद, सास, ये सारे रिश्तों के बारे में बात करें तो ये रिश्ते बाहर जाते हैं। मैम, हकीकत क्या है? एंड हाउ
साइना,
डू यू डिफाइन, मैम, सॉरी मैम, हाउ डू यू डिफाइन होलसम एजुकेशन फॉर अ बॉय एंड फॉर अ गर्ल? जी मैम, सॉरी जी।
नहीं नहीं, सॉरी मैं बीच में बोली साइना। मेरे लिए घर प्रेम का प्रतीक है, प्यार का प्रतीक है। मेरे लिए घर जहाँ पे आपको हर तरह की सुरक्षा का प्रतीक है, आपको एक सेफ्टी मिलती है, जहाँ आपका व्यक्तित्व बनता है, घर में बनता है व्यक्तित्व। फिर उसके अलावा घर हमारे लिए एक इंटरडिपेंडेंस है कि हमारे भाई बहन हम सब मिलजुल के रहते थे। कभी कभी तो ये भी होता था कि मेरी छोटी बहन जो बहुत ऑर्गेनाइज थी और मैं सब चीजें फेंकती रहती थी इधर उधर, और मैं बहुत बहुत सारे घरेलू काम में सीख नहीं पाई, क्योंकि मुझे शुरू से लगता था कि नहीं, क्यों मेरे पे थोपा जा रहा है, क्यों मुझसे ही कहा जा रहा है। तो मैं प्रश्न उठाती रहती थी, और वो बेचारी अपना सब कुछ ऑर्गेनाइज करके, और आज वो बहुत बड़ी नेता है उत्तर प्रदेश में। लेकिन उस समय में बस जब मुझे स्कूल कॉलेज कॉलेज जहाँ फटाक से उसके कपड़े जो प्रेस करके अच्छे से रखे होते थे मैं पहन लेती थी जल्दी से, और वो बहुत मुझसे नाराज होती थी। लेकिन फिर भी उसने कभी ये नहीं कहा कि दीदी वो वाला तुमने क्यों पहना, अब तुम मुझे उतार के उसको वापस दे दो, कभी नहीं। मतलब ये एक, तो मैं कहती एक दूसरे पर हम इंटरडिपेंडेंट होते हैं, एक दूसरे को हम प्रेम करते हैं, और सबको हम बांध के रखने की कोशिश करते हैं। घर घर वो होता है। सास ननद के बारे में भी आपने पूछा, तो एक रिश्ता, जबकि वो अपने परिवार नहीं होता है, आप वहां बड़े नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन वो प्रेम वहां भी होता है, उस रिश्ते में भी होता है। कुछ प्रश्न वहां हो सकते हैं, संभव है, लेकिन बिना उस प्यार के वो रिश्ता बन ही नहीं सकता है, फिर आप उसको अपना परिवार कह ही नहीं सकते हैं। तो इसलिए मुझे लगता है एक तो प्रेम और एक दूसरे पर आश्रित होना, एक इंटरडिपेंडेंस, लव, and also to some extent the space or the place which is the most protective for you, and also which gives you the also space and time to grow into who you become ultimately. That's what home is all about.
रंजना, सब कहा जाता है कि सबसे ज्यादा माइग्रेंट पॉपुलेशन, हम माइग्रेंट्स की बात करते हैं आज, सबसे ज्यादा माइग्रेंट तो महिला होती है। जब घर छोड़ती है तो वो माइग्रेट करती है दूसरे के घर में। द बिगेस्ट पॉपुलेशन इन एवरीवेयर व्हेन शी लीव्स हर होम। वुमन इन इंडिया, जहां यहाँ तो एक कल्चर है ना कि वो अपने पति के घर जाती है, पर्टिकुलरली इन द पैट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी, राइट? वो कैसे हम प्यार की बात कर रहे हैं, घर की बात कर रहे हैं, किस तरीके से फेथ के साथ वो माइग्रेट करती है अपने मायके से ससुराल में, होपिंग कि उसको प्यार मिलेगा। क्या वो मिलता है? कितना समय लगता है? क्या चैलेंजेस आते हैं उसमें? कैसे संभालती है अपने आप को? कितनी जल्दी एडजस्ट करती है? व्हाट डज योर सेंटर फॉर सोशल रिसर्च इंडिकेट? बिकॉज यू बीन अ रिसर्चर 4 decades, आपने 40 साल अपनी जीवन दे दिया। Look, have you researched this migrant concept? Where, and number two, secondly, तुमने तो over the 40 years देखा है changes आती, पहले में और अब में। Tell us your story. How have you seen this migration and also the development in this and changes in this migration?
I think it's a very unique way of looking at relationship when girls get married. And as you put it, migrating from one kind of environment, family, one kind of culture, habits that you are raised in, to totally different, totally different. And majority, I would say, since you don't choose in India. You don't choose the place you will migrate. In migration, at least you choose because you will get a job or you have livelihood possibilities and everything. But in this kind, migration in marriage, if you want to call it migration, I think it's a very unique word you have used, Kiranji. So people move from when women move from one to the other family, there is a lot of dream and a lot of expectation. Also that since marriage is a idea which ingrained in the mind of Indian girls from the very beginning. If you don't get married, you're not settled. If you don't get married, you are, there are a lot of risk in life. How will you live alone? So challenges are there thrown to her if she's not married. So she goes with a big dream. She goes with a big expectation in marriage. uh, Mostly I would say things work out in the long run after initial shocks. But initial shocks are there for every relationship. When it is arranged marriage, you don't know. Initial shocks are for every single woman who enters the marriage, because the parents decide the marriage in India. Caste system is prevalent, and we all know when you migrate, you have a huge amount of challenge that you face in the new family. You don't know actually what people like to eat, what they wear, what you are expected to deliver to every individual in that particular home. And then you are expected to do everything. You become kind of expected without having been living in that space. If you are, then you are a migrant without any understanding of that culture actually.
Yes,
Almost when the
yes.
girls go abroad and they don't know anything about that, and parents think, oh my, मेरी बेटी राज करेगी वहां, इतनी अच्छी जगह मैंने शादी कर दी है. पर होता नहीं है ऐसा. तो कुछ तो सरवाइव करती हैं, सीखती हैं, परिवार के लोग भी आगे बढ़ के हाथ थामते हैं, पति भी हाथ थामता है. लेकिन अक्सर अक्सर ये देखा गया है कि समस्याएं आती हैं, और जो औरतें उन समस्याओं को नहीं झेल पाती हैं, फिर वो और ज़्यादा आग बढ़ जाती हैं और फिर वायलेंस में बदल जाती हैं. और अक्सर ये वायलेंस एक तरफा होता है, चाहे वो मानसिक हो, चाहे वो शारीरिक हो, चाहे, क्योंकि पावर रिलेशंस में आदमी के पास संपत्ति भी है, संतति पर भी उसका अधिकार है, सत्ता भी उसके हाथ में है, सब कुछ तो उसके पास है. तो फिर वो औरत पर जाती होती है. तो हम लोगों ने ये देखा है कि इस तरह के रिश्तों में होता है. पर मैं ये भी नहीं कहूंगी कि रिश्ते सारे बिगड़ जाते हैं उसकी वजह से. अब हिंदुस्तान की तो आप यही कहेंगे ना कि 90% मैरिजेस तो चल ही रही हैं, अच्छी चल रही हैं, बुरी चल रही हैं, आप बर्दाश्त करके उसको चला रहे हैं, कैसे भी चला रहे हैं, पर मैरिजेस चलती हैं और परिवार चलते हैं. तो हमारे यहाँ परिवार का महत्व है और परिवार चलते हैं. लेकिन वो औरतों की इट इज on the basis of sacrifice by women. Women may sacrifice her career, women may sacrifice her personal choices in life, she may sacrifice her education, whatever. So it is she who is the one who is willing to compromise, and that's how the families really survive in our system. So you are right that just like migrant, when you are in a new city, you don't have shelter. Of course, women have shelter when they get married, but majority of the families, when they are poor, they may not even have a decent shelter. So many people share one room dwelling or two room dwelling, so you don't even get a proper decent shelter. The whole idea of time and space in India and Indian context is very different from what we know of. So I think in this migration, there are more challenges than opportunities. That's what I will say.
So in a way, in her work, the woman, when she decides to get married, or parents decide to get her married, where she is not choice by choice. If it's a love marriage, she's choosing that migration. But where it's an arranged marriage, and she does not know where she's going into a blind house, a blind culture, not known. In a way, does she not begin with sacrifice? What kind of sacrifices she begins with, and how soon does she get the love, which, as we talked about in the beginning?
Well, I think initial period certainly is, as I said, shock for girls when they enter a new home. And if it is not a welcoming home, story unfolds in a very different way. But if it is a welcoming home and welcoming person that she has got married to, then perhaps they start opening up towards each other, and women doesn't have to sacrifice much. She has to, but then at the same time, she may be used to different kinds of comfort level. She may be used to different kinds of ambition in life. She may be, you see, generation before me, I mean, I just want to give you example of my own mother. I mean, she was someone who really wanted to go for higher education, but after marriage, and my family as a Ghanaian did send her to college. But Then her first child was born, and then the second child was born. Now what should she do? I mean, she has to look after the children, so all her ambition to go for higher education had to be sacrificed. She could not do that, and that is why she made it a rule that every one of her child will have to at least do post graduation. After that, you can choose to do whatever you want to do, but this much is a must for every one of you. So I think this is something that, she has to sacrifice. She has to go, give up on many things. She may not find time in life to do things that she wants to do for herself, and also that she may not even find the kind of love that she was trying to find in life. So eventually she will adjust, as we say, not really get that kind of love that we think. But marriage of choice, I think in India we have to open to this whole idea, Kiranji, that we have to allow our girls and boys to choose partners. All kinds of crises we face later people say, oh, they are asking this from us, the girl family is harassing us, this is what happened. So let them decide their life partner. If they will not, imagine someone with whom you have to live whole life. You don't know that person. You just meet the person for perhaps a few days. These days they will become a little more modern about it. You let them go out, you let them dine together or see a movie together or things like that. A little bit of more introduction is there than what happened at my time. So let them choose. Let it be a little open space. Don't say it has to be the same caste, same community, same religion. No. If somebody likes somebody else in life, globally people accept that. Perhaps there'll be more love there. I feel, in your personal experience also, I feel there'll be more love instead of trying to push our girls and boys to go and marry each other forcibly. Almost. So many examples I have in my mind, but anyway, so that's what I would say, Kiranji.
So, Ranjana, see, even where there is a marriage by choice, she still has to be accepted by the family she's walking into. And particularly if the family is living together, it's a joint family. She's not fallen in love with the family, she's fallen in love with the man she's chosen. She's not chosen her husband's parents. So how do they? That is where the conflicts come, or does not come. Acceptance, or I think a tepid relationship, a cold relationship. I think, how are we preparing our society? It's a very big challenge, because the migration is culture. This migration is culture. And it's now, according to you and I understanding, she begins with the sacrifice. If it's not by even sacrifice of acceptance by the family she's inherited, and she does not know the family. So I think here's a very major challenge before the society, and one of the major reasons for conflict, which are over, whether it's domestic violence or it's dowry issues or other assaults, domestic issues. I think, how are we preparing the society to understand that marriage is a sacrifice and a choice and a joy and a blessing for family, case to case basis?
Yes, I think families which are not prepared to accept but still push the children to get married, you know, are not the families who will give the kind of love and respect the girl is expecting. Always there'll be always some amount of caution, always some amount of questioning, always some amount of worry that what kind of a girl we are getting in the family. And for girls also, for girls family is the same thing. So you are right that in terms of marriage, our system, two families getting married, and it's not true actually. We don't do, two families don't start living together or don't start working for each other, but here is the girl whom you have sent to somebody else's family is expected to do things. She's been given the task of keeping everybody happy. She's given the task of keeping husband happy. She's given the task of, so all those, I remember that, at the time of marriage, all those things that the Panditji says to as vows, the seven Saptapadi, and you do the seven vow. I mean, have you ever paid attention to that? I mean, like every time you will do this, you will sacrifice your life, you will listen to your husband, you will do, I mean, every single one of them makes the woman binding with the family in a manner in which she's wedded to the family. The man marries the girl, the woman. but the woman marries the family, and that's where the whole conflict starts. In
Yes.
marriage of choice, for me, perhaps there is more freedom to choose whether you want to be together, whether you want to be, caring for each other, but not be together, and not, and pursue your own ambitions in life. You have that space a little bit that you can navigate, but not when you are getting into arranged marriages. A lot of these marriages these days are happening through indirect methods, like, all those advertisements we see. uh, it's interesting to just read those ads.
Yeah.
How, what are the expectation? Even the color of skin is an expectation, that you have to be fair complexion. Even now, even yesterday's newspaper or this morning newspaper, if you go through, people want, and boys who are seeking brides will talk about their income, they'll talk about their position, wealthy family. Definitely, if it is an English newspaper, wealthy family is one of the way of. So this is the thing, that about marriage is a kind of alliance between two people, for partnership
Yeah.
of life, or for whatever years that you can live together, or whatever reason that you want to leave each other. But it cannot be imposed only on women. It should not be, it must not be, but we are continuing too long with the same kind of ideas,
Yes.
same
Yes.
ideas. And I think too long. We really have to open up a little bit and see that there are other possibilities.
So Ranjana, since your side, you've been doing these kinds of movements, I'm actually bringing you. Now we have all, between you and me, we've all been focused on training women, empowering women. Where have we focused ever, if we have, as a society, not you and me, as a society, as our institutions, as our systems, making men aware that, look, the woman, the partner, life partner you're getting is coming, leaving behind everything, keeping faith in you and your family, that she'll find a securer home, a more respectable home, and something which will not clip her wings but allow her to grow. ये मेल एजुकेशन मैंने नहीं देखी कि जहां समाज बात करे और उसके परिवार भी बात करे कि आपको तो बनी बनाई बेटी मिल रही है, बनी बनाई कमाऊ बेटी मिल रही है, बनी बनाई आपको एक सिक्योरिटी मिल रही, जीवन साथी मिल रहा है, और उसको आप चाहते हो पहले दिन से ही वो आपको जाने और रिकंसाइल कर ले. This kind of male education, I've not seen any package. Anybody, any major, of course, exceptions would be there. Or iska, at least it's not made known, Ranjana. This is what I'm trying to. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I think, it's important to understand that a lot of our Indian families raise their boys with a lot of entitlement. You know,
Ah,
entitlement. They can get away with everything. They are supposed to be taken better care of than the girls. Even now, if opportunity comes for going for very higher education, even for middle class who's taking loan and sending children abroad to study, the choice is first to send the boy. Some people are coming forward. Again, I don't want to paint the whole society with the same brush and say that everybody is doing the same thing. That's not true also. But majority of the families and parents raise boys with entitlement, and that's why we see the kind of behavior that we see between husband wife's relationship, men behaving on the streets, men behaving in the public places with women. I think this is the entitlement. This is what is has to change. And as you very rightly said, there is no package for telling the husband that your expectation level cannot be from making your breakfast to cleaning your bed to everything that you expect. It cannot be that. You have to. And also when the children come, the whole joint parenting idea, that that it's important that men must do everything for the child that they expect their child's mothers to do. That's what will make a child happy, healthy, strong, and also confident human being. But they never think like that. They think it's some kind of a below the their own masculinity. The job is to raise a child. Oh, they don't do it. A lot of men are willing to do it these days. educated men are willing to do it. A lot of young people are willing to, and they know they cannot do without it. Because if they will, then the women will not be able to go and join the job market, and of course, then the life's ambition to accumulate whatever they want to accumulate in life, or to have the luxuries or whatever, they will never get it. So some of them are willing to do it, but still, because we are a rural society basically, so the change can be assessed and measured only when our people living in the villages and small city towns also change. So when I talk to a lot of people in the urban areas, and a lot of people I meet, when I tell them that, look, this is what is happening in our society, they don't agree with that. A lot of women say, oh, I got all opportunities. My parents never said anything. Right, it's true. They're not telling me a lie. But this is not what all parents are doing in India. So that's why we have to really walk miles before that change will come, when men and boys will also be trained to be good husband, good fathers, and good companion.
You are an
Ma'am,
author in Panchayat. Goody, Saina, one more question and then I'm coming back to you. Because she's talked about panchayats and she's an
जरूर
expert. Her thesis
जरूर
is in panchayat.
प्लीज
Writing is in panchayat.
जी जी
I'm not sure if panchayats are ever given this role by the panchayat department or panchayati officers or the elected representatives to drive home this kind of messaging. पंचायत ही तो परपेचुएट कर रही है ये, और हमारे पास तो अब सरपंचेस भी विमेन है, क्या उनकी भी सोच बदली? See, because you've done a lot of work in panchayati raj systems. I wish. So I was thinking, can we offer a policy package? Because you are into policy making, you are into policy advocacy also. Ranjana, you've done considerable work in driving home. I've seen you, how you've been advocating even with Smith Irani. So how about, because I've seen panchayat work personally, nowhere is this in the picture. And that's where majority of India lives. And majority of the woman is probably suffering.
Yes, Panchayati Raj system, of course, has given powers to women, and many places women are exercising that power. But still, the whole idea that women will not be given the chance to make the decision, and especially in family matters. I think your
Yes,
question is directed to what happens within the family. I think in family matters, first of all, is not the listed agenda for the Panchayati Raj. We don't think families need any kind of intervention or any kind of training. We assume that families know when the girl is getting married, she knows her roles and responsibilities. The boy knows. I mean, we assume all that, and then things starts going wrong. Then we come in and say this is wrong. And also that Panchayati Raj does not have a good strategy to intervene in terms of violence against women. When there is so much of prevalence of violence against women in the rural areas, I don't see that there is much intervention by Panchayati Raj women. But let me tell you one thing, Kiranji, that since we are working on these issues, for example, in Alwar district in Rajasthan, a lot of women have become very, very aware, because they are the leaders in their own right now. So they are aware about climate change, water management, and water resource, recycling of water, protection of water, many issues that they are very aware of now. And just to tell you a small story, the village that we have been making ponds so that a lot of water can be regenerated, and the whole area, which is very, very dry in Alwar, where we are working, the people can get access to water. But on the one side, women are going and digging the pond. On the other side, the men in the evening are sitting and drinking, and when they go back after all this hard work of the day, then there is so much of violence on them. So the village women got together. They walked about 8 kilometers to go to the district headquarters to be able to get the Daruka Adda closed, that whole shop closed. And they managed to get it done. And they all got together, they spoke to each other, and they said, this is the reason for violence on us. So we
yes,
have to first ensure that this is closed. And this is not very far from here, just in Alwar. So I think this is something which, when Panchayati Raj women will start, and Panchayati Raj Pradhan, the Panch Pradhan is a woman. She led the
yes.
whole delegation. She
Yes.
led the delegation, and she talked to all those people, authorities, and said that this is not acceptable, and this is what is creating the maximum problem. They are blowing off all the resources that they are getting, and also they are drinking it away, and also that they're inflicting violence on us and our children.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ranjana. I go take you back to Saina. I'm monopolized completely, actually monopolizing my friend.
नहीं नहीं
No, no, it's such a pleasure. China, let's go ahead. Whatever are your questions? Yeah.
मैम ये चर्चा तो बहुत जरूरी है मैम. I wish we had part 1, part 2, part 3 of so much to talk to you about, ma'am. Ma'am, these are all my thoughts coming. आप सब बड़े हैं. These are my thoughts coming. मैम मैं वापस जाऊंगी उस बात पे, घर के बात पे. मैम जितनी मेरी समझ है, और मैं कोई किसी सेक्शन को बात नहीं कर रही हूँ मैम, बिकॉज बहुत सारी रियलिटीज हमारे देश में को एग्जिस्ट कर रही हैं एक साथ. There are too many realities which are coexisting together. So I think each family, each case, each matter is unique. And of course, we have some very serious issues that we need to look at, which are also staring at our face. मैम जब मैं कम्युनिटी वर्क करती हूँ और जब मैं यंगस्टर्स को मिलती हूँ, दो चीज़ें सामने आ रही हैं. एक मैं उनको बोलती हूँ दैट मैरिज इज़ अ वेरी सेक्रेड इंस्टीट्यूशन. जब मैरिज होती है तो अगर सोच में इज्जत नहीं है, और अगर सोच में संतुलन नहीं है, और अगर सोच में बराबरी नहीं है, तो फिर वो आपके आचरण में भी नहीं आएगा. तो शादी तब करना जब आपके सोच में संतुलन हो. दूसरी बात मैम, मैं ये जरूर बोलती हूँ सबको कि जब मैरिज हो जाती है तो आप औरत और आदमी नहीं हो, उसके बाद आप परिवार हो. और परिवार की खुशबू कुछ और होती है मैम. शादी के बाद औरत आदमी नहीं हो, परिवार हो, योर फैमिली. एंड फैमिली इज द फाउंडेशन ऑफ आवर सोसाइटी. Being a father, being a mother are beautiful relationships, ma'am, and they're very sacred. मैम तीसरी बात, ये माय थॉट्स, एंड आपसे दिल कर रहा है ये बात करने का. मैम जब मैं कम्युनिटी में जाती हूँ मैम, एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है. जब तक हमारे समाज में औरत की वेल विशर नहीं बनेगी, ये समाज नहीं बदलने वाला मैम. सही मायने में जब औरत का सहयोग करेगी तब ये समाज बदलेगा मैम. मैम ये 3 थॉट्स थे जो मैंने आपके सामने रखे. जैसे आप
बिल्कुल साइना, आई थिंक मैं आपकी तीनों बातों से बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ. सबसे पहली बात कि हमारी कोई एक रियलिटी नहीं है, हमारी मल्टीपल रियलिटीज हैं. हमारा कोई एक, क्योंकि सोसाइटी हमारी होमोजीनियस है ही नहीं है. हमारे पास लेयर के नीचे लेयर है और ऊपर लेयर है, मतलब चारों तरफ से, या कह लीजिए सर्कल के अंदर सर्कल. हमारे समाज में मल्टीपल रियलिटीज है, एक घर के अंदर मल्टीपल रियलिटीज है. तो इसलिए हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि वन सोल्यूशन विल फिट ऑल, and everything can change by just giving one solution. Secondly, as you very rightly said that you say, अगर आपके मन में इज्जत नहीं है, सम्मान नहीं है दूसरे के प्रति, तो फिर आप शादी कर भी लें, आप परिवार बना भी लें, तो उसका कोई बहुत पॉजिटिव नतीजा नहीं निकलने वाला है. बिल्कुल आपने सही कहा कि उससे फिर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ही पैदा होगा, उससे फिर क्या कहते हैं, मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग ही पैदा होगी, और फिर आप उस पूरे माहौल में एक तरह से खुद को भी, आपका भी दम घुटेगा, और जो आपके साथ रहेगा उसका तो दम आपने घोट ही दिया, अगर इस तरह के रिश्ते हुए तो. और परिवार प्रेम की बुनियाद पर ही चलता है, प्रेम से ही आगे बढ़ता है. और जैसा कि मल्टीपल रियलिटीज हैं हमारे यहाँ, तो बहुत कुछ परिवार ऐसे हैं, और बहुत सारे परिवार ऐसे हैं शायद, जो बहुत ही आज भी एक दूसरे का सम्मान कर रहे हैं, प्रेम की बुनियाद को समझते हैं, एक दूसरे का हाथ पकड़ के चलना जानते हैं, बच्चों के लालन पालन में भूमिका निभा रहे हैं. तो ये भी एक है. और जो आपकी तीसरी बात है कि जब तक औरत का हाथ औरत नहीं थामेगी, मुझे लगता है इस बात में बहुत दम है. इस बात में बहुत दम है, क्योंकि अक्सर ये देखा जाता है कि औरतें दूसरी औरत का दर्द नहीं समझती हैं, और जब नहीं समझेंगी तो निश्चित तौर पर वो उसके साथ खड़ी नहीं होती हैं। लेकिन जैसे आपका प्रयास है या हम जैसे लोगों का तमाम जो प्रयास रहा, उसमें हमने देखा है, हमारी एक सुमित्रा देवी होती थी, किरण बेदी जिसको जानती हैं, बड़ी अनफॉर्चुनेटली कोविड में उसका देहांत हो गया। वो उसका पति 18 साल तक साइना उसको रोज शराब पी के मरता था, रोज, और वो और अपने दोस्तों को बिठाता था, कमरे में घुसा देता था, और he used to allow them to bully her to do whatever they wanted to do with her. और फिर जब हम लोग साथ काम करने लगे तो हम लोगों ने सुमित्रा से कहा कि सुमित्रा, ये तो कोई परिवार नहीं है, ये तो कोई रिश्ते नहीं है जो तुम्हारा सम्मान नहीं करता है। फिर भी वो कहती थी आप डांट दीजिए, आप उसको कुछ कह दीजिए, पर कुछ भी है तो मेरा पति है। अब आप ये देखिए औरत की स्वीकृति कहाँ तक जाती है, कुछ भी है तो वो मेरा पति है। और वो आदमी पूरा मतलब एक राक्षसी प्रवृत्ति का, अब कहूंगी नहीं क्योंकि वो भी अब नहीं है इस दुनिया में। तो औरतों ने मिल के, हम लोगों ने वहां पे बहुत कुछ उसको समझाया, और तो औरतें मिली, और एक दिन रात के 2 बजे फोन करती है कि दीदी आ जाइए, आज तो मेरे पर बहुत बड़ा खतरा है। और मैं अपने पति के साथ वहां पहुंच गई रात को, और हमारे सारे दोस्तों ने कहा कि ठीक नहीं होगा, जाट हैं वो लोग, जो भी है, सॉरी जाति का नाम नहीं लेना चाहिए था, लेकिन जो भी, उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं वहां मत आप जाइए। तो लेकिन हम लोग वहां पहुंचे, और तुम विश्वास नहीं करोगी साइना कि सब औरतें जमा हो गई, हम लोगों ने कहा, और वो छत पे चली गई, और हमने कहा देखो बड़ा सा पत्थर ले लो, मैं फोन से बात करी थी, घर के अंदर नहीं गई थी, एक बड़ा सा पत्थर ले लो और आदमी को बोलो मैं सिर फोड़ दूंगी, हम सब यहाँ से पत्थर चलाएंगे। और बाद में एक दिन ऐसा भी आया कि उसको नीम की, उसके आंगन में एक बहुत बड़ा नीम का पेड़ है, किशनगढ़ में घर है उन लोगों का, नीम के पेड़ से बांध के औरतों ने उसकी पिटाई की। तो ये भी एक समय है जब औरतों को अपनी दूसरी बहन का दर्द महसूस हो, और फिर वो सामूहिक रूप से, जैसे कि सामूहिक रूप से ही वो गई थी दारू का अड्डा बंद कराने के लिए। तो अगर ये होता है, और हम सब लोगों के प्रयास से आगे समय में हुआ है और लगातार हो रहा है। लेकिन अब ये बात सच है कि बहुत सारी औरतें ऐसी हैं जिनकी जिंदगी थोड़ा अलग तरह की है, थोड़ा उनके पास संपन्नता है, सब कुछ है, उनको नहीं लगता है कि दूसरी औरत का हाथ पकड़े और उसकी मदद करें। तो समाज में जब तक औरत औरत के साथ नहीं खड़ी होगी, वो परिवर्तन जिसकी हमें तमन्ना है, जिसकी हमें इच्छा है, जिसके लिए हम लोग पूरी जिंदगी लगा रहे हैं, शायद हमारे इतनी जल्दी नहीं आने वाला है। आएगा, मैं इस पूरी उम्मीद में हूं कि जरूर आएगा, लेकिन शायद समय बहुत ज्यादा लगेगा।
इसी की बहुत सख्त जरूरत है रूरल एरियाज में भी।
बिल्कुल
सास
बिल्कुल।
को अपनी बहू का, और बहू को अपनी सास के साथ, सास की इज्जत करे, और सास उसको काम करने दे, उसको स्पेस दे, समय दे उसके अपने पति के साथ, ईर्ष्या ना करे, कंपटीशन ना करे। बोथ हैव अ रोल, 2 women, एक तरफ डॉटर इन लॉ, एक तरफ मदर इन लॉ, दोनों की जिम्मेवारियां हैं। ये भी रिलेशनशिप एजुकेशन बहुत सख्त जरूरत है रूरल एरियाज में खासकर।
बिल्कुल
हमने
बिल्कुल।
देखा
मैं
है
पूरे,
जहां वो सास ने काम किया तो औरत सरपंच बन के खूब नाम कमाई, लेकिन जहां उसने काम नहीं किया उसको रख लिया घर में, सरपंच तो बना दी, लेकिन अपने बेटे को ही पति सरपंच बना दिया और कहा तू नहीं जाएगी, वो ही जाएगा, और वो नहीं ग्रो कर पाई। सो हमारे पास दोनों रियलिटीज, एज साइना सेड, there are layers and layers, as you said, of realities, but rural areas need a lot of this work particularly.
एब्सोल्युटली जी।
Yes, Saina, you
जी
want to say
बिल्कुल।
something?
I want to take a little time away from this conversation and connect with ma'am's heart, and then carry forward this conversation, because there are
That's
questions.
visible, her heart is visible.
थैंक
Her
यू।
her heart
Her
will,
work is a heart. Listen, her
yeah,
work is her heart.
yes, but there is something for all of us that keeps us going. एंड मैम के पास एक ऊर्जा है दैट इज कीपिंग हर गोइंग। तो मुझे मैम को वो दिखाना है और फिर से ये चर्चा कंटिन्यू करनी है, क्योंकि मैम मेरे पास भी सवाल है। मैं जेल में जाती हूँ काम करने, मैं औरतों की कहानियाँ सुन रही हूँ, मैं यंग स्टूडेंट्स की कहानियाँ सुन रही हूँ, और कई बार मैं बेसिक चीज़ें उनको बोल के आती हूँ। आज से यू विल बी ईच अदर्स वेल विशर। उसको देख के कल्पना मत, इतना बोल गया कि दूसरी औरत को देख के कल्पो मत। अगर वो खुश है,
So where is
उसको,
her heart space?
हाँ, मैम ये चर्चा जारी रखनी है। आपकी हाथ space पहले मैम, this keeps you going. This
Yeah.
really keeps you going.
So
जी,
let's show it.
your heart space.
Okay, I think I.
Wow. Jeez.
Saina, this is too beautiful, too cute, and too nice of you to
Keeps you
bring
going.
this. Yes, absolutely on spot. This is my granddaughter, and she's Isabella. She's now 8 years old. She studies in Vasant Valley in class 3, and beautiful, lovely child, and I just adore her, Saina. You don't know that, I'm here sitting in my office at this hour because today is a holiday. And at home, when I'm on the, talking, and as you know, I do a lot of electronic media television programs. So, she will come running and sit next to me. And I don't want her to be exposed to the public, as we caution a lot of parents about that. So, because, online issues are quite serious these days. So, it's just that, I said, okay, let me go to the office and sit down and do it peacefully, the whole conversation, because I cannot avoid when she comes and sits on my lap. I
Yes.
just have to give her a big hug. I have to. It's too cute, too nice, Anna. Thank you. And she really something who, not just me, Sudhindra, my husband. I mean, Sudhin, myself, my son, my daughter. We just dote on her. We adore her, and she's a lovely child. And like
Yes.
any child will give you the kind of happiness that you will. But thank you for bringing. And she came to my life to give me more energy, more power. Every time I look at her face, I said, no, I have to
Yes.
keep going till things change.
Yes.
Wow.
It's for
Wow.
her generation.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love
She
that.
keeps you going. That's the feeling.
Yeah.
And ma'am,
But who gave you this secret?
मैम
Who told you about
वो मैं आपको
you?
अभी बता रही हूँ, मैं आपको वो अभी बता रही हूँ. बट मैम उससे पहले माता रानी माँ धारी bless her and keep her protected, and माँ धारी keep her strong and beautiful and give her a blessed life.
Thank you
Madhari.
so much. This is the
Madhari.
blessing. This is really a blessing. Thank you. Thank you.
आप बिल्कुल कोई फिक्र ना करें. मास विद माँ धारी bless her. अच्छा, अब जिन्होंने हमें सीक्रेट दिया वो भी सरप्राइज है. अब आप वो भी देखो. एक और सरप्राइज है आपके लिए.
Hello everyone, I'm so happy and excited to be on the show. A fun fact about my mom that people may not know about is her love and passion for travel, which has been transferred to me, and together we make two of the greatest travel buddies and we have so much fun together. With an argument to fun and exploration ratio of about 80 to 20%, wherein 80% is fun and exploration and the 20% is arguments. From driving snowmobiles on top of a glacier in Iceland to exploring the Aegean Sea on a catamaran boat, together we've made some really special and unforgettable memories. My life as her daughter has been filled with an immense sense of inspiration to follow my dreams with a strong sense of conviction, and it's really been filled to the brim and beyond with love and a deep emotional bond. And yeah, I'm really so very proud to be her daughter and to call her my mom.
Yeah.
And, this is my Shaitan one. Very beautiful, very nice, lovely. She is really someone who gives me a lot of strength, really. And the other one gives me, spiritual strength also, because she is really my child who came out 11 years after her brother. I have two children, a son and a daughter. And when I was expecting her, I was like, what is this going on with me now? My life is full into action and doing things and all, and here is this little one. How, what will I do? And but I'm so blessed that I have her as my daughter. Yes, but I must tell you some stories about her also, a little bit naughty
Tell
things
us.
about her.
हाँ जी,
Tell us.
So yeah, you want to hear it?
हाँ
Kiranji, you
जी,
know what happened? Like I said, my mother said everybody has to be educated in my family, and not education, higher education. So when Asmita finished her honors in history from LSR, my daughter, so very bright student. I never had to tell her. Now I don't know whether she will listen to this interview and what she will think about. Amma kept telling me, "Padho, padho," and everything she used to prepare and very meticulously. Unlike me, as I said, I'm very scattered when it comes to family things. So she decided to go for all of a sudden, after doing such good studies in history, honors, and getting such good grades. After finishing her graduation, she said, "Amma, I want to become a chef." You don't know my feelings and my emotions. I felt, my goodness, uh, where is this come from? What she will do as a chef? Why a chef? What is this all cooking about? Because I saw my mother all her life in the kitchen, even when we had a lot of family support and help. uh, Pleasing everybody with what who will eat and this, and that was my image of somebody cooking. And I told her, no, beta, you're not going to do all this, and no, you must finish your education, finish your PhD, go and teach in the university. There are so many options once you will do. Like I started as a university professor. I want my daughter to be very well. But she was determined, and as determined, perhaps she's more determined than I am in life. And she went ahead. She learned her skills from Cordon Bleu in France and in Paris, and she is amazing when it comes to baking. Now she has gone back to farming. So she's growing in Rangbhari farm. She's growing strawberries. I mean, her grandfather had all this land, but never her father ever thought of going back to farming. And she did go back. Her brother never thought of going back to farming. She's gone back to farming. For a girl, we kept telling her, "Beta, no, it's not alone. You can manage. Things are very tough." Never she listened to me. And some of my friends, and I remember a very famous journalist, I don't want to name her here, she wrote a very nice piece in one of the major newspapers of the country that a feminist daughter turning a chef gave her a heartbreak. So not really heartbreak, but certainly I was very disappointed, and today I'm very proud of her. Because from Veer Sangvi to, I mean, everybody, Barkha to all people who are trying to get her products and everything, everybody praises her, just, and also her strawberries and everything, so much of life she has put into the family, so much
Wow.
of energy. Yes. Thank you, Saina. You really made my interview the most valuable and adorable interview. I will always show it to everybody all the time.
अच्छा उधर देखो वहाँ स्क्रीन
So
पे
lovely.
वो देखो मैम
Yes.
Wow.
अस्मिता ने ज्वाइन करा है
Oh, she's returning from her farm. Gudiya?
Hello.
There you are.
Hi. Sorry,
Our
I'm a
travels
bit.
together.
Sorry, I'm a bit late to
Can you stop the car somewhere so the conversation can happen? You are moving still?
Yeah, we're actually in the middle of traffic.
Acha, okay. Okay.
How
So
sweet,
yeah.
Asmita.
बेटा
What a lovely daughter
अस्मिता
you are.
thank you for all this love
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
See, your mom is overjoyed.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's really a we've had, so today I was at the farm and we were there's a documentary shoot happening at the farm for the strawberries, and we were just kind of had a really lovely time sharing the space with people who I'm really like looking forward to seeing how they portrayed the entire farm. So we've had a really long long exhausting day with lots of walking around and shoots and photos and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah,
Your
You've done
mommy
your
is
mom
so
proud.
proud of you. Your mommy is so
Thank you
proud of
so
you.
much.
Yes.
Thank you so
Original and
much.
innovative. Your mom was a trailblazer, and you've taken her to another direction completely.
completely.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
She will remember when we used to travel together initial after she decided to train as a culinary skills and as a chef. I used to keep convincing her, beta, okay, fine, this you love, but do it. But then you come back to what you must do. And but now I think I was making a big mistake. And I must tell all the mothers, they have to let their children follow their dreams. Absolutely, when she gets accolades from so many good, well-known personalities in the culinary space, and also that her strawberries are praised by everybody, and then and she really meticulously, Gudia, meticulously
Yeah.
going and doing everything she has to do herself to
Well,
perfection. Not me. I mean, like, it's her, it's she. Yes.
So
So I
Asmita's
think,
heard you. Ranjana, she's heard you probably because this is going live. This program is live.
oh, okay, okay, okay. So she
Live,
heard
and
me.
there'll be
Yeah, yeah.
plenty connection. They just have to tune into demonstrative learning channel and they'll see it live.
Oh, okay, okay. So I think a lot of my colleagues must have joined and they know that
Yeah.
Asmita. Yeah, yeah. Very
जी
nice.
मैम.
Thank you so much, Aina. This is just you brought the family and the love together.
मैम.
Yes.
मैम,
We,
माँ bless. माँ bless you and your family. माँ bless
We
you
are
and
thank
so
your
you.
family.
grateful, Ranjana, that you're happy with this Baatcheet and that you've spared so much of your valuable time with us. We know how busy you are, how much
Thank
in
you.
demand you are, but we're
Thank
so
you.
grateful that
मैम,
you live. Yeah.
जी
Yes,
मैम,
Aina?
थोड़ा जी मैम,
Yes,
अपनी
sir.
वो आप अ, आपके जो पूरा आपने काम करा है, आपने जो संघर्ष करा है, there's a film being made? Is there a
Yeah.
Yes,
film?
yes. Very briefly, I must tell you that this whole women reservation bill was like a life agenda for me, and we started. A lot of women's movement leaders led the whole thing. We fought. We had demonstrations. We met every president, prime minister, everybody, and I think Ranji knows about a very, very organized campaign, very strong advocacy, and finally, the last session of parliament last year passed the bill. And also that just before going to election, the bill was passed, and I hope and pray that this will be very quickly, implemented. Also, having a law policy doesn't make any sense unless it is implemented. So many things which are going wrong in the country can be corrected if women are there in equal numbers, and if women are there to be able to make decisions. And so I feel that, and that film is being made. Certainly on 7th of February, we are releasing the film. So you will see a whole lot of our galaxy of leaders who have done
Excellent.
such hard work.
Super. Looking
Yes.
forward to seeing that film, Ranjana.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kiranji. Thank you.
God bless you.
We,
Thank
we,
you.
we have to meet in person soon. I feel that, yes. We
Yeah,
have
when
to.
your
And
daughter is
Saina,
in
Saina.
town, when your
जी मैम.
daughter is in town, then call Saina from Pune, and I'll anyway
Yes.
be in Delhi.
Okay,
मैम,
sure,
मैं
sure.
पुणे में रहती हूँ मैम. मैं पुणे में
अच्छा,
रहती हूँ.
अच्छा.
मैम, जाते जाते आपसे एक और मन की बात, एंड आई थिंक यू कैन गिव अ ब्यूटीफुल मैसेज थ्रू दैट मैम. मैम, देयर आर लॉज ऑफ द लैंड. ठीक है, हमने धरती पे कुछ कानून बनाए हैं मैम, बट हम सब ये जो हम मूवमेंट्स कर रहे हैं, हम जो काम कर रहे हैं, उसका आधार कुछ और है मैम. हम कुदरत के कानून क्यों भूल रहे हैं? जो कुदरत ने कानून बनाए हैं वो क्यों भूल रहे हैं मैम? वो सामने आता है.
देखिए, जब जब कुदरत के खिलाफ इंसान गया है और कुदरत के कानूनों को तोड़ा है, चाहे जिस तरह से, चाहे जंगल जमीन और पानी को, जल जंगल जमीन को बर्बाद करके तोड़ा हो, चाहे युद्ध का माहौल बना के शांति को दुनिया की तोड़ा हो, जब जब हम जो हमें बेसिक मैसेज मिला है कुदरत से, एक जिंदगी मिली है, एक समझ मिली है, एक सोच मिली है, जब जब हम उसके खिलाफ गए हैं, तब तक इंसान का भारी नुकसान हुआ है, भारी नुकसान हुआ है। और अगर हम कुदरत को सम्मान नहीं देंगे, हम उसकी प्रेरणा से नहीं चलेंगे, अगर हम कुदरत को अपने दिलो जान से ऊपर नहीं रखेंगे, तो फिर आने वाला समय पूरी ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए एक तरह से अच्छा नहीं होगा। और महिलाओं के लिए तो खास तौर से, महिलाएं कुदरत के बहुत करीब होती हैं, क्योंकि जब वो जननी बनती हैं, जब वो दूसरे का परिवार संभालती हैं, या जब वो अकेले भी अपनी जिंदगी में दूसरों को देती हैं, अकेले भी होती हैं, तब भी वो कुदरत से जुड़ी होती हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि कुदरत का सम्मान, कुदरत के दिए हुए सारे नियम कानून को हमें हर समय, जिंदगी के हर पल याद रखना चाहिए।
जी मैम, जी मैम।
Thank you so much for this universal message, which was so much in tune with the need of the hour. Thank you. Thank you, Ranjana. All the best to you. More
Ma'am,
glory to you.
This was just lovely. This was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, a lot of love and regard to you. A lot of love and regard.
Thank you, Saina. Now I have to meet you. So let's plan. Either you are in Delhi and I come to Pune.
जी मैम, जी
Okay.
बिल्कुल मैम, जी मैम, प्रणाम मैम।
Thank you.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you मैम।
Pranam.
जय धारी।
Lovely.
जय धारी।